Alrighty guys, for the mise en place, we've got 3 pounds of chuck roast. We've got, and you're gonna see why I'm doing this later. I know a lot of the beef bourguignons use actually fresh bacon, la-da-da. This is my way. So this is probably about not quite 2 cups of cooked bacon. I've got a large onion. I've got 2 carrots. I've got the tomato paste. I've got beef broth, Pinot Noir. I've got 2 tablespoons of flour. I've got bay leaves. I've got thyme. I'm gonna use minced garlic. Be lazy today. Again, this is my way. Half teaspoon is 1 clove, so I'll need 3 teaspoons. And the mushrooms. Alright guys, so I cubed up this chuck roast. Just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of salt and pepper. You can use kosher salt if you want. I decided just to use what we had sitting out here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and flip them all over and do the same thing again. And then I'm gonna put them on this pan that I sprayed with olive oil and put it in the oven at 500 degrees for about 15 minutes. Alright guys, we put the carrots in there for about 4 to 5 minutes to soften them up, and then right after that will be the onion. Alright, so we now added the onion in. As soon as that gets softened up and is translucent, we'll add the next ingredients in. Alright, so I decided to go ahead and add that garlic in there. And we'll keep stirring for a few minutes. Right, Nigel? Alright, so for my rendition of this, I'm going to put that cooked bacon in now. We're putting it in for flavor. Alright, so now I have my wife helping me because there's a lot of moving parts here. Traditionally, the mushrooms aren't put in until the next day. This is my way, as I've said before. They're all going in there right now. Okay? Then I'm going to put the 1/4 cup of tomato paste. And we're going to go ahead and throw in the bay leaves and the thyme. Homemade wine, well, it was a wine kit, but homemade wine, Pinot Noir. We're going to turn this down on low while we're adding these ingredients. We're going to go about half a bottle here to start, okay? So, you can quite see it, it's about here. We're going to go to about here. So this is the bourguignon or burgundy part of the dish to make it my way. But so about half for now. Then we're going to take the beef stock. I don't plan on using this for anything else, so we're just going to put the whole thing in there. Put that away. Now, before we add the flour in, I'm going to stir this up a bit, just to kind of get everything mixed in. Boy, this is going to be good. Okay. Now, I'm going to add the meat in there. Let's see, is that warm from before? Nope. Now, I'm going to stir this up. What I know that you want for sure, regardless if it's beef bourguignon the way you traditionally make it or a beef stew, you want to make sure this meat is submerged. So since I still have room in the pot, we are going to go ahead and dump some more wine in here. Let's see if the whole bottle fits. Let's do it. Yeah, let's just put it all in there. Okay. Now we're going to mix this up. I'm going to let it simmer for a bit while I set the oven at 350 degrees. And then this is going to go in the oven for about 3 to 3.5 hours. To do that, we don't forget that flour. Okay, now I'll get it all mixed in. Obviously, as you know, if you've made stews and different dishes before, that's to thicken the liquid. All right, so we're at 350 degrees. During that time, I did forget to mention I'm letting this simmer a bit before I put it in there. And then again, making sure the meat and all that is submerged. I think it's going to be good. All right, we're going to just do a quick 2-hour check. That's what we got after the steam dissipates. Yeah, looking good. We'll go another hour. Alrighty, so it's been 3 hours. Let's take a look at this. Doesn't that look good? Let's set this aside here. And what we're going to do is we're going to check the meat, is make sure it's tender. Oh, definitely. That's falling apart. So what I'll do now is I'm going to take out the thyme and the bay leaves. This is going to cool off. And then later when I get back from watching the game, I will put it in the fridge till tomorrow. All right, the moment of truth. The combination of beef bourguignon and traditional beef stew, all right here in this bowl. I did it my way. I've said that a few times in the video. You can see the meat, how it's nice and tender. And this is something you want to eat with both a fork and a spoon. So I'm going to use the spoon this time, so I want to get some of that broth in here as well. Good. I like what I did with the Pinot Noir in there, and the way the meat was braised in the beginning. We took a bunch of different methods, put it all into this video for you. Can't wait till you make it.